Well, that raising a lot of questions. Leland Bittert live from Washington now. So, Leland, that was yesterday. The president will speak again today about 10:30 Eastern time. What do we expect to hear this time?
Well, it appears to be more of the same, Martha, and the White House has been very hard-pressed to explain in real terms the deliverables on this conference, meaning exactly what they hope is going to come out of all these discussions that would actually make the world a safer place. Yesterday, the president's speech to Muslim leaders was rich with language, but short on how the U.S. would win on the battlefield against ISIS. Instead, focusing on how to help Muslims. At one point, even suggesting some terrorists have legitimate grievances, drawing sharp criticism.
This administration's in a serious state of denial and doesn't want to face up to the reality that there are people out there that are determined to kill innocent men, women, and children, and they are jihadists, and they are a minority in the Muslim faith. But we have, the only way that you can't defend everywhere at every moment against every conceivable technique. You have to go after them, and you have to kill them or capture them, and there isn't any other choice.
We didn't hear that from the president. The conference comes as the president is under growing pressure about his language when talking about Islamic terrorism, its victims, and also its perpetrators. In the president's op-ed yesterday that discussed the anti-extremism conference, it only briefly mentioned the 21 Christians beheaded in Libya, Martha, and you might remember the White House statement over the weekend only referred to them as citizens.
Yeah, he did refer to them as Egyptian Christians in the op-ed, the first time putting those two identifiers together. So what do we expect today? What's the White House guidance?
Well, the White House says the president's going to focus on what role government takes in, quote, enabling, countering violent extremism efforts. And you're looking live at the conference where Secretary of State John Kerry is continuing his remarks today in an op-ed piece from the secretary. He doubled down on the president's worldview and talked about the need to create jobs and good governance as a way to stop the terrorists. He mentioned both Islamophobia and anti-Semitism, made no mention of Christians, and said there was much to be learned in the fight against Ebola as a model for the fight against terror. Coming up is a discussion about understanding violent extremism today. That's a quote. And that goes on for about an hour and a half before the president speaks. Martha.
Wow. Okay. Leland, thank you. We'll see what's up.